Okay, uppercut. Very fun card this weekend in the UK, Wembley Stadium, main event. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois. This for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in boxing. Usyk was the heavyweight champion in terms of being the undisputed heavyweight champion. He still has almost all the belts, but Daniel Dubois has the other one, the IBF, whereas Usyk has the WBC, the WBO, and WBA. Super title because WBA is back to having a regular title and an interim title on top of that. But this first fight took place August 26, 2023. We have the rematch now because Daniel Dubois has earned it. Daniel Dubois went out there as a big underdog, as somebody that I bet on. Knocked out Anthony Joshua. I had him winning that fight ahead of time. And I do think he's going to be at a different level now in terms of confidence. Will it matter? We'll see. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois. If you've been following along, do subscribe. I'm doing everything myself on this channel for the time being. But right now, everything is just edited, produced by me, written by whatever. It's just a one-man shop. This is on the side of what I do for a living, which is this, but just at much bigger platforms and different types of platforms and getting paid to do it. But here, just sort of experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, seeing what I like, seeing what the people like. On to the film study. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois, as I mentioned, August 2023. Usyk trying to do the Big Show entrance. A little clunky there. But, I mean, I ain't going to tell him shit. That's the best heavyweight in the world. And Daniel Dubois, somebody who I've really come to admire. I love the fact that he's come back from getting knocked out by Joe Joyce, getting stopped by Oleksandr Usyk, even getting nearly taken out by Kevin Lerena in a stunning upset, one that I actually low-key bet on Lerena. But Dubois really turned it around. He's in his prime, and I think he's going to be more dangerous in this fight than in the first one. So we'll see. I'm really excited for this. You can see the little fencing battle here. That's interesting. Hold on. Let's rewind this a bit. Little things like this. Slow motion. First of all, great slip. Because, you know, you're facing a southpaw. Expect that straight left hand to be a crutch for them. And if you're righty, if you're orthodox, and that straight left hand is coming to you, that right uppercut could be there. So he didn't land it here, but that's a punch that if he can get to that and actually land it effectively, that'll make Usyk think about some things. He covers up immediately, though. He's such an expert. Like, it's great. You know, kind of stifles that one. But Daniel Dubois absolutely had the right idea. And I'm curious to see, like, the steps that he takes moving forward in this fight, in this second fight, because we know what happens this first fight. It has the right idea here. Again, not to overdo it, but the level changing. So jab from Usyk there. Next sequence. A little lazy with the jab, Usyk. But again, it's a feel out round. You see the straight right hand to the body. And then left hook over the top. The uppercut gets smothered. And then they just separate. But I think like you could see the ideas are there. It's just a matter of like executing them. But the level changing, like this is like I like what he's trying to set up here. Usyk clearly figures it out though. Good body shots. There's an entire compilation on social media. I might slip it into this video. People have noted Oleksandr Usyk, not a fan of body shots. I don't know who would be, but he especially doesn't seem to like them. My guess is Daniel Dubois will try to emphasize going to the body, as he should. You want to slow down a moving target, try to get to those body shots if you could. See, this is what you don't want. If you're Dubois, Usyk backing him up. If you're Dubois, you don't want to be the back foot fighter against Oleksandr Usyk. You want to be able to put the pressure on, especially early. You don't want Usyk to take the center of the ring early. He did that with Tyson Fury. He bullied Tyson Fury straight up, especially in that second fight. He really took the center of the ring early. Good shot there off balance. Okay, hold on. Investigation time. So Usyk takes his left hook. after this right hand. He's off balance. It looked like he tripped. Yeah, it looked like if you see his leg down here, it looks like he just kind of trips over. So whatever, because you see he got his bearing. He has his bearings here. Okay. The referee is probably right at that point to come in and be like, yo, keep him up. Usyk's jab is so quick. It's right there too. Like, he keeps his hand out. I remember seeing a video of Lennox Lewis. Was he teaching Deontay Wilder maybe? But that's great level changing there from Usyk. Straight left. That's beautiful. 1-2 combination. That's textbook. He's southpaw stance. So if he's here, like, you don't need your hand to go very far when you're jabbing your opponent. You're already right here. Lennox Lewis, I remember him explaining this.
So my hand's here, doesn't drop back to throw. It comes right from here. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, stop. Throw it from there. So that tells you I've actually moved you closer to the target.
Right.
So you're closer to the target now. So, you don't have to bring it. It doesn't have to start from here.
This is the thing. Like, Usyk really tests you. And there's okay, here we go. Let's do it. We're here now. We are here. Jab up top. See, from this angle, you can't really tell. Usyk immediately. Okay, uppercut. See, and then it's like, if you're going back, is it actually connecting here? Because that looks low. But then when the glove lands like emphatically, it doesn't look that low. Usyk sells it right away. He's done that in the past, so people are going to hold that against him. To me, in the moment, it looked like a low blow. I do think that if it was a knockdown, Usyk would have gotten up. That's sort of my my read on it. I don't think he would have just stayed down. Can't get much closer than that. And then Daniel Dubois has to take advantage of that stoppage. Level changing here. Usyk again calling for a low blow. I'm glad we're getting part 2. That's what I'll say. We kind of need it. Given the controversy of the first one, we kind of need it. See, and when that guard is high, that's what Daniel Dubois has to keep doing. Just go to the body. Go to the body. He should be landing more body shots than headshots, honestly. And he probably will, given how Oleksandr Usyk can move his head, gives you different angles. So Daniel Dubois is doing some good work. Let's back up more. Talked about him being a little slicker than given credit for. Gets out of the way of that left hand for the most part. Here, gets blocked. Usyk, yo, he has this down, like so many attempts with the right hand from Daniel Dubois to the body. He just sort of covers up, boom, gets in there at the right time. That looked like it landed in real time. And then here, steps back. Dubois is going to reach forward. Usyk's not there. He pivots off. Now he's giving you a different look, angles. And that's my bad because I forgot about this part. He's off. And now, boom. See, he pauses a little bit here just to get a closer look. And then again, that hand is out. That lead hand is out. So he doesn't have to bring it all the way forward. He doesn't have to, he could just be right here. This is the thing that I remember watching this when I reviewed Subriel Matias and Liam Paro. Subriel Matias, and this is part of why he lost the fight. Subriel Matias, much different fighter than Oleksandr Usyk, but stick with me here. He would do this thing where when he would jab, his hand was he would start here. So his high guard is here often. And he'll bring his hand low. And then he's like telegraphing the punch. So instead of just going here with the jab, or even like having his hand out further, like the way Usyk is doing, and going here, this. He's just bringing it down. Boom. So he's going like this. Like, that's not quick enough. And for a dude like Liam Paro, had that well scouted. So here you see Usyk. He like steps forward. He pauses. Tries to get a feel for what Dubois is going to do on a split second's notice. That little feint. Dubois is like kind of just there. Takes a jab and also shifts more to the right side to keep moving laterally. He's not going north-south. He never does. He's east-west, east-west. Usyk is ridiculous. So here we go. Jab is out. Nothing. It's funny because I was literally going to say he should throw a left hand here. So jab is not there. And then he uses this as a measuring stick to set up the left hand because he sees that Danny Dubois is still sort of just hanging around. Dubois has the right idea. He gets the glove up, but not tight enough. Usyk is able to get his left hand around the right. Are we getting ready for that right hand to the body? That's how Usyk's been sort of thwarting those away throughout the course of the night. Dubois dips, but then he pulls back. And he pulls back with his head up, his chin up. Boom. Left hand from Usyk. Another left hand from Usyk. And now he's got him on the ropes again. So here we go. Jab, jab, left hand, 1-1-2. Doesn't get all of that, but he got some of it. Dubois, again, has that well scouted. This time he blocks it more than he did the last time. That right hand to the top of the head. Left hand to the top. Usyk here is now inside. Dubois trying to run for cover, but he's off balance. Another uppercut there. And Dubois just has to hit the ground. Great recognition of the situation from Usyk. Just kept pouring it on. Dubois was off balance. He got him with the uppercut. It wasn't like Dubois was in like grave danger, but you can, this is where I remember watching this and I can feel, like now he's got him. Look at that beginning of again, bro. Yo, he did this shit a lot. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Beginning of the end. Good left hand. Backs him up. On the ropes. Dubois, look, gets out of there. Fights out of there. Oh. This jab was filthy. His jab was so good in this fight. I mean, Usyk has a good jab seemingly every fight, almost. But boom. That really cracked him. The head nod of approval. Bong. Again, like, it's deceptive too. It's surprising that he knocked him out with a jab. I remember being like, yo, he actually got him with a jab, bro. That's kind of crazy, but this guy is the best heavyweight in the world. Okay, punch stats for the first fight. And I say this in every video. Punch stats aren't everything. Punch stats aren't always 100% accurate. But they are a good barometer for a lot of fights, especially with CopyBox. CopyBox does this better than anybody else you could think about. Okay, and they've been doing this forever. Oleksandr Usyk outlands Danny Dubois by just purely shots, just purely punches landed in every single round in this fight. All 9 of them. In terms of accuracy, same thing. Every single round in this fight, he is more accurate. His jab, which I talked about pretty extensively, 52 jabs landed out of the 88 punches he landed. So 36 punches in other varieties, 52 were just his jab, well over 50%. Danny Dubois, on the other hand, only landed 47 punches in this fight. A lot of things were blocked. A lot of things were just short. Usyk was moving, constantly shifting, able to create different angles, not giving you a stationary target almost ever. Like he trains for 12. He probably trains for 20 rounds, to be honest with you. But Oleksandr Usyk was great in this fight. Obviously, Daniel Dubois landed 47, 34 power punches. The power punching gap here is interesting. Oleksandr Usyk 36, Daniel Dubois 34. Oleksandr Usyk landed more punches overall, but only 2 more power punches, body punches landed in this fight. 10 and 10. The 10 body punches for Daniel Dubois feels a little off, but again, how many of those were considered low blows? He didn't land a single jab to the body. Oleksandr Usyk landed 5. Didn't throw rather a lot of body punches in this fight, but landed 10 total body punches in the entire fight. Power punches landed round by round. Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois tied 1-4-4 in the first 3 rounds. Daniel Dubois had him 6-2 and 4-2 and 4 and 5, 6-1 in round 6. Round 7, this is where it started to turn to Usyk, landing more power punches, putting them together, 1-1-2s, and that 2 was landing straight to the head, throwing more hooks that were getting around Daniel Dubois' guard. Round 7, 8, and 9 lands 10 power punches to Daniel Dubois' 5, 7-4, and 5-0. And notably, Daniel Dubois was 0 for 17 in that last round where he got finished with the jab. This outlines like what we saw. You know, the expectation for me is that Oleksandr Usyk wins, but like I really don't want to count out Daniel Dubois. I don't think he's going to knock out Oleksandr Usyk in the way that he did Anthony Joshua necessarily. If he gets there, it's not going to be like, oh, Oleksandr Usyk's going to throw out defense all of a sudden like Anthony Joshua did, stand in front of him and try to just bang with him. Like I don't think Usyk is going to, throw out, all caution and just like irresponsibly just try to trade with the guy who throws bombs from both hands and Daniel Dubois. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think that, listen, he can catch him. Maybe it's a body shot that actually doesn't get called a low blow. Like there are ways to do it, but Oleksandr Usyk is as crafty as they come. He's the best in the world, I think, right now. But this version of Daniel Dubois, like, yeah, I give him a shot. I give him a shot at pulling off the upset as an underdog. I don't think he can win by decision unless he drops Oleksandr Usyk at least once, maybe multiple times. Just because Oleksandr Usyk is not a guy like you're going to beat on the cards. Tyson Fury arguably did it once in that first fight, but that's Tyson Fury. That's not Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is a different type of dude, but I do think he's better than people give credit for in terms of like he's not just a guy with power. Like he's not only a dude with power. Like Edgar Berlanga is a dude who just has power, and while he's gotten incrementally better in some areas, he's not good enough for like the top guys. Daniel Dubois has proven like he can hang with some of the top guys, and at the end of the day, this is heavyweight boxing. And when you have hands like that, anything can happen. But I still think Oleksandr Usyk would be in line to outclass him. He's great. He's phenomenal. Maybe he stops him again. Maybe he does it by decision this time. Don't know. Excited that the fight's going to be at Wembley. And we'll have some sort of recap on the channel afterwards. Make sure you look at the Manny Pacquiao preview because we're putting that up. That may be up by the time you see this. Manny Pacquiao's back. And for better or for worse, we'll talk about it because how could you not? Take care. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.